Molweni, 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 ngenyanga yenkcubeko, inyanga ye-heritage. As you can see, I'm all dressed up. I hope you guys are going to do the same on the Heritage Day. There is a song that we used to sing when we were growing up. Eti Emaxhoseni siyabulisa, Emaxhoseni siyabulisa, molweni nonke yo Emaxhoseni siyabulisa, ngelo hlobo njani bulisa. And you guys are welcome to today's show. We are having fun, as you guys know. So I am going to introduce Casey, and Casey is coming out with something different. Yes, it's heritage, but we have to keep fit. Let's go and see what Casey has in store for us.
Hi guys, we are back with some physical activities. We've got some yoga, we've got some stretching, we've got some high intensity, the works. Guys, please remember, ensure that your space is hazard free. You don't want to cause any incidents now, do you? Okay, so no sharp objects or nothing that could possibly hurt. Okay, secondly, ensure that you stay hydrated with a bottle of water, and before exercising, ensure that you had a bite to eat. Yes guys, remember, if someone will be joining you, remember social distance, sanitize. And if you're doing any floor activities, if you're not doing it outside, have your yoga mat or your towel. Let's try to stay safe and do our part. Okay guys, are you ready? Yes, great stuff, let's start. So guys, remember, before doing any physical activities, stretching, warming up is important. Okay, so we're going to start with some light stretches. So let's start with the arm rotation. Let's go bigger. We should be nice and loose. Now let's start with some jogging on the spot. Let's pick up the pace. Nice and warmed up now. So guys, our exercise session will consist of 4 exercises. You'll have your star jumps, lunges, squats and shoulder taps. We are then moving on to our stretches and some yoga, and we'll call it a day. We'll be repeating each exercise twice. So let's go guys, remember, have some water and let's start. Yes, 30 seconds and lunges. Okay guys, so now that we've done our exercises, I hope you're feeling great. Remember, have a sip of water. Your cool down is just as important as your warm up. So let's start with some stretches. And that's it from me guys. I hope you enjoyed our session. On to the next activity. Bye.
Ha! I told you it's going to be fun. So now I'm introducing the next one, which is going to be Ntosh with a story. You know Ntosh, but before that I want to sing another song. Igqirha lendlela nguqongqothwane, igqirha lendlela bathi nguqongqothwane, seleqabele qithapha bathi nguqongqothwane, sebeqabele qithapha hayi nguqongqothwane. Awakumandi ngenyanga yenkcubeko. We are taking it back to our roots. NdingumXhosa. Let's go to Ntosh.
Molweni, ndiyabulisa bethunani. Igama lam ndinguntomboxolo Masala. I am back again. You know with what? I'm always coming with nice stories. But before we even go to the story today, I want us to talk about Ubuntu. Yes, Ubuntu is humanity. I've even have it here. Ubuntu, humanity. What is Ubuntu? Ubuntu is to love one another, because you are not anybody without other people. If you need help, you must be able to go to other people and they will help you. Today I've got a very, very nice story that I want to tell you guys. I am gonna read it for you. The name of the story that I'm gonna read for you is called Mr. Chabalala's Garden. What is the name of the story again? Mr. Chabalala's Garden. The story goes like this. Mr. Chabalala lived on a big piece of a land. He had a very lovely house, an apple tree, hens, and a vegetable patch. The apple tree was very big. The branches stretched far into his garden and over the wall into the field behind the wall. Sometimes there were so many apples that he didn't know what to do with them all. His hens gave him large brown eggs. He could not eat all of the eggs that his hens laid. So some eggs hatched and he had more chickens than anyone else in the town. The vegetable patch was always full of wonderful things to eat, but sometimes there were too many pumpkins, mealies, potatoes, and other vegetables. But Mr. Chabalala was not a very nice man. He did not like to share. If anyone came near his house and garden, he became very angry. So Mr. Chabalala did not have any friends. Some things made him so angry that he would shout. When people sat in the shade on the apple tree in the field behind his wall, they made too much noise. When the apples fell off the tree behind his wall, the children would pick them up. They played, ate apples, and made too much noise. Sometimes his hens escaped through a little hole in the fence. When they did, they laid their eggs in the field behind his wall. He heard the woman talking when they found the eggs and knew they were taking his eggs home. But worst of all, sometimes a little boy would knock on his door and ask for seeds from his vegetable patch. One day, Mr. Shabalala was so angry that he decided he was going to stop everyone from bothering him. He grabbed his saw and cut down every branch of the apple tree that hung over the wall. He blocked up the hole in the fences so that the hens could not escape. And he was so angry, and he dug up his vegetable patch. At last, I will have peace and quiet without anyone bothering me or stealing anything from my garden, he said. That was so sad about him. It did not take long before there were too many apples on the tree. There were too many hens, chicken, and eggs. And because there was no vegetable patch, there were no vegetables for Mr. Shabalala. But there was something that was even worse than that. It was now so quiet that Mr. Shabalala got headache. Poor Mr. Shabalala didn't know what to do with all the quietness. So he opened his front door and shouted the loudest shout that could just make some noise. Suddenly the people ran up to his house. "Are you all right? Have you hurt yourself? Can we help you?" Mr. Shabalala didn't know what to say. Even though he had not been so nasty and unkind, everyone had come to see if he was all right. Mr. Shabalala felt so bad he started to cry. "I am sorry," he said. "I am sorry." "We are sorry for making a noise in the shade of your tree," said someone. "We are sorry for taking apples," said the children. "We are sorry about collecting eggs," said a woman. "Oh no," said Mr. Shabalala. "I was so selfish and rude. And I'm sorry. Please, all of you come inside. I'll share everything with you." From that day, Mr. Shabalala did share everything. He also promised to let the branches of the trees grow over the wall and to leave a little hole in the fence for the hens and the chicken. When everyone left, he smiled happily because now there were happy noises outside. Then suddenly Mr. Shabalala realized that he still had no vegetable gardens. At that moment, there was a soft knock on his front door. He opened the door and there stood a little boy. "Ah," he said, "you are the boy who always asks for seeds." "Yes," said the boy, "but I know you don't have a vegetable garden now. Can I help you to plant one?" asked the boy from Mr. Shabalala. And for the second time that day, Mr. Shabalala had tears in his eyes, but this time they were tears of joy. Wow, that is the end of the story, guys. This is a very nice story, guys. We're talking about Ubuntu. Remember, Mr. Shabalala, at first he was a selfish man. He didn't like to share. He didn't like people. He didn't want to give anyone anything. But Mr. Shabalala was staying alone in his house. There was nobody was helping him or even spending time with him. So he was frustrated. He was angry. He was always sad. Why he was sad? Can you think about it? Because he didn't like to share. But what was he going to do with all the veggies, all the eggs, and all the hens? Nothing. It was just the greediness out of him. He didn't have Ubuntu. Remember, we are talking about ubuntu. Then something happened. He decided that he's gonna cut everything, the trees, the garden, he's gonna close the garden, he's gonna close all the holes so that no chicken goes outside. But I like this story because at the end of the story, it all ended up good. Every member of the community learned that you must have ubuntu. And you as you are sitting there at home, you must have the spirit of ubuntu. Share. Sharing is caring. Bye.
Thank you, Dash. Ubuntu, 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 humanity. Thank you, Dash. That was a lovely story. I hope you guys did enjoy because I am enjoying every moment. I said it's heritage, so mandizithuthe ndingumagasela ndingumamvemve umamdungwa undlovu zizekhaya ngoba ziswela umalusi. That is me. So let me give you another song. Which song that I'm going to sing? Okay. Dinesi Ponono Sisete Queen Dinesi Ponono Sisete Queen Dinesi Ponono Sam Sisete Queen Dinesi Ponono Sam Sisete Queen we we By doing this, I'm introducing Uzonke. Uzonke uzakusenzela imibhaco. Asixolele umbhaco wenziwa njani so that nawe ube nowakho. Masiye kuZonke.
Hello everyone. Sanibonani, molweni, abshen, tobela, tumelang, ralocha. Namhlanje sizothetha ngani nge-heritage. Sayazi mos heritage into. Xa ucinga noba yintoni heritage sibe kuthethwa ngantoni. Akhanda iqonda mani khanga ndisoze ningayazi nina emakhaya ba i-heritage yintoni. As nindibona namhlanje ndimhle ndinxibe intsimbi, ndinxibe amadayiki. Today we celebrate i-heritage day, celebrate amasiko ethu nezithethe zethu. So namhlanje ndizonibonisa kuba umuntu xa efuna ukwenza intsimbi yakhe endlini, sayazi musa sinayo singabantwana intsimbi sonke, ngabantu abadala njengamba ndinentsimbi yam. So ndizonibonisa ba ungayenza njani intsimbi yakho, ungazenza njani izinto zakho ube nazo nabe ezomntana, ube creative endlini, uzenzele sisebenzise izandla zethu. Okay. Okokuqala before sithethe siyenze ngokwethu intsimbi zethu. Niyayazi mos ukuba wonke umuntu uphuma kwikhaya lakhe and kwikhaya lethu kufuneka uzazi uba ungubani, usuka phi, intsimbi yakho oyinxibileyo ithetha ntoni, yintoni igama layo. Kamani sinabo omakhulu notamkhulu endlini. Njengoba mna Zonke, ndinguzonke wakwaBhoki, isiduko sam ndingumamgiqwa, ndingumvaba, ndingubelethe, ndingumbasa, ndingunqowa, umamam engumadlamini, ujamakasijadu, ufakathe, inxile noboya. So uthi xa usenza intsimbi yakho funeka umama akucacisele ba hayi mntanam le ntsimbi ithetha ntoni. Nam namhlanje ndizokunika ulwazi endiza nalo ba le ntsimbi yakho uzoyithini. Okay, le ndizoyenza le ndinxibileyo isichenge nantsi bantwana. So yenza ehlobo ayiphelele. Okay, ukuze sikwazi uyizoba uyayibona iyafana kufanafanayo iblue neyami iblue. Okay, ukuze siyenze kufuneka ube nephepha eli blue, ube neskere, ube nepencil for uyizoba, ube necolors, ube nemakapeti. Yasibona isikhaftini sam sigcwele yonke into yozoba. Mhlawumbi wena uzofuna ufaka upink, uzofuna ufaka ublue, mhlawumbi wena uzofuna ufaka upurple. Sisonke nje sine-colors zethu esizithandayo esifuna uzenza. Masizobeni ke sizokwazi ukwenza isichenge sethu. Asifuni uhlala endaweni emdaka, sihlala kwindawo ecocekileyo. Sizosebenzisa ke ngoku isikere sethu ukuba sikwazi usika. Ungasebenzisa neliphi na iphepha onalo endlini, but lirayithi eli liqinileyo kwenzele ba lizohlala ixesha elide lingamoshakali izinto zakho zihlale zirayithi. Nawe xa kunxitywa izikhakha esikolweni unxibe nawe isichengce sakho ube mhle. Fane nathi sibahle namhlanje sinxibile izinto zethu neentsimbi zethu. Ungasebenzisa neecrayons zakho uyihombisa uhlobo ofuna ibe lilo. Umna ke ndamthanda ublue. Ifavorite color yam ublue. Yilena soloko ndisebenzisa yena. Xa uyigqiba uyicrayonisha sibina sisebenzise isikere apha ukuvula imingxumo. Ungazonzakalisi ke please. Cele umuntu omkhulu endlini akwenzele kwenzele ungazozinzakalisa. Ufake apha. Xa ugqibile uyibopha ungasebenzisa nentambo. Xa uyigqiba uyibopha uyifake entanyeni. Yabona iyafana neyam intle ingathi yilena yam. Ndiyabulela emakhaya kuwo wonke umuntu othe wabukela le show yethu. Masizithande, sizithembe, sikhathalele inkcubeko yethu, isikhathalele neculture yethu. Bye-bye.
Bantwana basekhaya kukumandi uba ngumXhosa. Nibonile zonke esenzela iminto zethu zasentanyeni. Siyabulela zonke. Abantwana ngoku abazoba nexhala le beads. You can make your own. Now siza kwenza inyanga zonyaka. Yes, I've got them here and they are right. There was a song that we used to sing, I think I was in grade 1 or 2, ethi inyanga zonyaka zilishumi, January eyomqungu, February eyomdumba, March eyokwindla, April Chazimpunzi, May ucanzibe, June eyeslimela, July eyekhala, August eyethupha, September eyomsinsi, October eyedwarha, November eyenkanga, December eyomnga, hop, December, hop, December. Enkosini bantwana basekhaya ngokusibukela. Siyabulela ngenkxaso yenu. Till we meet again next time from your host Nosi. Goodbye.